Is it possible to live a life without sin? When we give our lives to Jesus, that it is possible. And in this series, I want to go through a whole bunch of things that show us a way to live in holiness. Because the truth is that people often say, "Oh, I'm only human. Oh, no one's perfect." But the truth is that Jesus actually told us, be perfect as your Heavenly Father is perfect. That's a pretty big request that Jesus is making for us. And then in other places, God says, be holy as I am holy. And the standard of holiness to which God is calling us to live is the same standard at which He operates. And the truth is this, that Jesus wouldn't tell us to do something that we could not do. So there must be a way. And in this series, I want to go through a bunch of spiritual principles as well as practical applications and things that we can do so that we can live the life that Jesus is calling us to live. And the first thing that we need to establish in this is that we need to recognize and we need to believe, firstly, that it's possible. Secondly, that we have been given a brand new nature. That before we became followers of Jesus, we were dead in our sin. We had a sin nature. But when we came into Him, when we were what the Bible calls born again, we got a brand new nature. It says it in 2 Corinthians 5, verse 17 to 21. It says, "Behold, the old is gone and the new has come." And then in verse 21, it says that He who knew no sin became sin so that we would become the righteousness of God. Isn't that amazing? That when we become followers of Jesus, that we become the righteousness of God. We get a brand new nature, not a sin nature anymore, but a godly nature. But often we think that we still have the old nature. And now the process is not how do I become more holy, how do I become more righteous. The process is understanding how to walk in the holiness and the righteousness, the right standing with God that you already have been given. Imagine if there's a dog and the dog does dog things. It eats dog food, it responds to other dogs and people like a dog. But imagine now that dog becomes a person, it becomes a new creation, becomes a new creature. But that person still thinks it's a dog, it's going to act like a dog, it's going to eat dog food, it's going to do the things that dogs do. And similarly, when we become a new creation in Jesus, we have a brand new nature. And now we need to recognize that there's a process in learning how to operate in a new way, in a kingdom way, in a godly way. That's why we have the grace of God. In Jude, it says that the grace of God has appeared before all men, teaching us how to live good, godly, and sober lives. The grace of God teaches us how to live a life of holiness. What does it look like to live in complete freedom? The first step in living a holy life before the Lord, and living a life free from sin, is to recognize firstly that it's possible. And secondly, that you've been given a brand new nature, the nature of God. It says in 1 John that God's seed now dwells inside of those who are sons and daughters. So it's possible, it's attainable, and it's an exciting thing to be free from the entanglement of sin. Over the next few videos, I want to give us some really practical, both spiritual and physical principles that we can implement into our lives to walk out the freedom that Christ has purchased on the cross for our lives. Some things might be difficult for people, some things might be easy, some things might just be like, why didn't I think of that? If you have enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you could like it, comment on it, share it, and subscribe it to this YouTube channel so that you don't miss any more videos. And if you think that this video could bless someone, I'd love for you to send it through to them. But until the next video, God bless, and I'll see you then.